at Eben Field in Kohler, Wisconsin, where tonight KLC hosts conference rival Howards Grove. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Martin. Joining me, as usual, is the coach, Chris Wright. Chris, Howards Grove comes in with a surprising 1-5 record. I thought they're going to be a little better than that. Kohler, or KLC, as we'll refer to them, comes in 4-2, has an excellent chance at the playoffs. They need to win one tonight, and then they play Manitowoc Lutheran next week, which is also 1-5. Let's talk a little bit about Howards Grove. Travis Stanzik is their quarterback. He's 43 for 113. Completion percentage is pretty woeful. Their offense actually has been pretty challenged this year.
Yeah, when you look at the stats, Marty, they're struggling on offense, just about 7 points a game. And you mentioned it, the passing game, only 477 yards through 7 games is not very good.
Yeah, only 2 touchdown passes.
He had 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and Jacob Fritz is their running back. He's 574 yards this season, and I think the way he goes, and for Howards to hang in here tonight, they need to be successful on the ground.
When you look at Stanzik's rushing record, he's only, I think he carried the ball 51 times or so, and he only has 98 yards, averaging 1.7. Would lead me to believe that he's getting sacked quite often.
Spending a lot of time on his backside, I would say that's probably the situation. That's why when you look at quarterback stats, it's sometimes misleading on stats. Maybe on the flip side for KLC, it's going to be different, but that tells me that the offensive line and the interior guys are not up to the standard of what Howards is used to. If you look at the roster, there's really not a lot of seniors and juniors on their team. They're basically predominantly a sophomore-ridden squad.
Let's talk a little bit about KLC, coached by Matt Zavada. Matt's got a pretty good squad this year. They do well on offense. Braden Van Ness is the leader with 106 completions in only 179 attempts. I mean, that's pretty awesome. He has thrown 10 interceptions with 14 touchdowns, but here's the kicker, and I always claim this to be pretty true, and that is you win with defense, and that's how you win championships. And KLC struggles with their run defense. Yeah,
and like I mentioned before, it's going to be Jacob Fritz is going to be a key member of the ball game today, and he's on the Howards Grove side. Can he find some holes and gouge KLC? For KLC, I think you hit it on the head. We talked to Coach Zavada at the beginning of the year. They like to throw the ball. You're going to see about 25 attempts, 30 attempts from Van Ness, and Van Ness likes to run a little bit too. But they're predominantly a throwing team. They got good skilled players on the receivers. They got 2 kids that are tied for 16th in the state in receptions. They also have the second leading receiver in yards in the state, trailing a kid by just 5 yards. So we're going to see a lot of balls up in the air. So time of possession won't probably dictate the game today unless Howards Grove can really dominate the ground game.
Chris, you alluded to those good wide receivers. That'd be Michael Horowitz. He has 39 receptions for 767 yards. He's averaging over 19 yards per catch. But here's the other thing that really struck me. I looked a little deeper into the website today, and kickoff returns. Horowitz is averaging 36 yards per return, and you had mentioned it too. It seems like every year we come out here, somebody returns a touchdown on a kickoff. And the other receiver that has a lot of receptions is Luke Heinen. He's got 39 also for 403 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, Horowitz has 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Yeah, okay, we're going to step out for our national anthem.
A couple other things of note this evening. We have a couple Big East leaders here playing in the game this evening. KLC quarterback Braden Van Ness leading the Big East Conference with 1,406 yards passing. Michael Horowitz leading the conference 767 yards receiving. Should be a great game with local rivals. Throw the records out the window this evening to have a great, fantastic game. Playoff guarantee on the line for KLC, first time in 16 years. So it should be a fantastic game this evening. At this time, everyone that can, please rise. Face the north end of the field where the flag is. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Clock running down, there's 10 seconds left, and then they'll line them up and kick it off. I did not notice, Chris, who won the toss and who's going to be kicking and receiving.
And now for tonight's starting lineups.
And they're going to go through the starting lineups. We don't see this very often.
No.
At one defensive back, senior number 5, Travis Stanzik.
Travis Stanzik, number 5, is starting at a defensive back. Joshua Sharon, number 11, also starting.
Linebacker, senior, Zach Staus.
Zach Staus, linebacker, number 12.
Defensive back, number 15, Isaac Durker.
Isaac Durker, number 15, starting at DB.
Linebacker, number 27, Jack Peterson.
Jack Peterson, a linebacker, is also a sophomore. Chris mentioned this early, they're very young. Joseph Black, also a linebacker, number 30.
Senior linebacker, number 45, Sam Skolton.
Sam Skolton, linebacker, number 45. He's a senior.
Defensive lineman, number 54, Nick Brickner.
Nick Brickner, number 54, is a senior, starting
Senior
at the
linebacker,
defensive line.
Number 56, Micah Routman.
Micah Routman, number 56, starting. He's also a senior.
Senior defensive lineman, number 62, Alex Navis.
Alex Navis is a senior. He's 62. He'll be in the defensive line, and rounding that out is a junior, Michael Gray, number 81.
And the rest of the Howard Grove Tigers. They're coached by Mr. Dave Schmidt and his staff.
I don't think we're going to get individual starters for KLC.
With a tunnel formed by the KLC Youth Football Team, here's your 2015 edition of KLC Football.
We were talking a little bit before the game regarding a nickname. You know, what's a nickname for this team? And since we have 3 schools, it'd be pretty hard to combine those. So they're just going this year with KLC football, Chris.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice idea, and I like the
makes it easier for us.
Hey, I come out to Kohler quite a bit, and I come out here and I see the KLC youth program, and there is quite a few kids out for youth football, and that's great to see out here. And I know it's difficult for the 3 schools to kind of work as an individual school, but when you combine them together, they are. What you do though with the playoffs is you do have to add all the schools' enrollments, and
right.
They will be 481 kids.
That'll take them out of
D5. Right, they will be. They are projected. Projections came out this week, and they are projected being in the Division 4.
In Division 5 at number 4, Cedar Grove, Belgium.
All righty, KLC will be kicking off to Howard's Grove.
The 7th of 7 undefeated teams in Division 7.
One of the kids on KLC that we want to mention is Sean Delahunt, number 50. He's worked as a camera person for us, and he decided to play football tonight instead of being our field camera person.
A playoff guarantee on the line for
Eric Wiesman not able to make it tonight. One of the deep backs to receive this kick is starting running back Jake Fritz, number 20. All right, we've seen this in the past where they come up to the ball and then drop back into a regular kickoff formation.
Old rivalry, these two schools, Kohler and Howard's playing.
Ball taken at the 13-yard line.
No blocking.
Gets by the first line of defense and is going to get it out over the 30-yard line. That was Joshua Sharon on a nice return.
Sharon on a return for the Tigers.
Oh, we mentioned before, this is a new conference, the Big East Conference. The CLC is gone, which I'm old-fashioned. I like the way things used to be. And there's 11 teams in this conference, but you don't play everybody, and you have to play a non-conference game, which doesn't make any sense to me since there's 11 teams to choose from. And so Kohler Howard's Grove is 4-3. They lost to a game to Laconia, non-conference. Howard picked up a win.
And in motion, that's the gentleman who returned the kickoff, and he's going to get it up over the 40-yard line. Joshua Sharon with a nice 6-yard gain.
Howard's defeated Mishicot in conference play, and last week they defeated North Fond du Lac 7-6. So they got their scoring average of 7.
Yeah, their offense has been pretty stagnant for the Tigers this year. They got a man in motion. I think they're going to get Zach Staus for illegal motion. It'll be a penalty on Howard's. And it's things like that when you don't have a good offense to begin with really hurt you.
And Coach Schmidt's been there a long time and had a lot of very good football teams. I just remember Howard's having really quick kids, Marty.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. All right, wide receivers left and right. Sharon wide to the right. And Wallenstein off of this side, dropping back with the quick out pass, and they've got the receiver, Wallenstein. Nice pass by Stanzik.
Pass complete, number 21, Mason Wallenstein.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 3 yards. Pick up a 6 on the play.
Jeremiah Scheidt on attack at the KLC. 3rd and 2 for the Tigers as they come to the line.
That's a good little pass and catch there, Chris.
Yeah, put him in more reasonable down and distance on 3rd down.
Fritz
counter
across, gets it across for a 1st down, and he gets over the 50-yard line into KLC territory. Good run. A little misdirection play.
It was a nice play.
Modal in on the tackle for KLC.
It's going to be 1st and 10.
In KLC territory.
Yeah, and they're on the move. Oh,
that's cheating.
Yeah, jumping offside for KLC.
Don't even mention it.
Sean Delhunt. Should have grabbed the camera.
2 minutes in the game, 2 penalties. What was it last week? We didn't have a penalty till late in the 3rd.
1st and 5, Howard's Grove.
Oy, oy, oy.
I see Marty's got, well, I'll let you call this play here, Marty.
2 wide receivers off to the right. Wallenstein and Sharon. Give it to Fritz. And not much there. Only picked up maybe a yard or 2.
Yeah, well, with 1st and short distance, might as well keep attacking on the ground.
Grind it out, right?
I was going to say Marty has 2 eyes on the game, but his heart is with the Cubs today.
In St. Louis.
Yeah, watching that game on the side here with his heart.
They're in the top of the 5th in St. Louis. They're down 1-0.
Keep pounding it.
Stanzik Pitch out to Fritz. He's got the first down, and he's wrapped up and driven down near the 35-yard line. Good strong run. Good blocking again, too, by the Tigers. They're going to spot it at the 35-yard line. Gain of 7, Chris. That's way too much.
Well, I'll say this, that Howard's is doing what they need to do, is keep the football away from the explosive KLC offense.
Zach Gordon is way wide to the right, number 43. See if they go out to him. They keep it on the ground to Fritz. He has a bit of an opening off a right tackle and gets it down to about the 30-yard line. 35, pardon me.
Much shorter gain there.
Yeah, give him 1 yard.
I bet you Fritz ends up with about 30 carries tonight, Marty.
I never minded that.
Old-fashioned football.
Yeah, smash mouth. Spreading out the field now. I tell you, those wide receivers are really wide, Chris.
Yep.
Hand off to Fritz right up the middle. He's got an opening. Avoids a couple tacklers and gets it down near the 25-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down.
You're looking at 3rd and about a yard here.
Jake Fritz is the catcher on the baseball team. He's a pretty good little catcher. Played a lot as a freshman. Pick up an 8th on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
See if they just sneak it here, Marty.
Stanzik under center, pitches it out, trying to get the corner, and I don't think he's going to be very close.
I
will say this, if he doesn't get it, he's going on 4th down.
Yep, and he's just short. A little strange call, I thought there, Marty, to swing it outside when you only need a yard there. I would just try to have taken care of business there.
I thought it'd be a quarterback sneak, actually. Stanzik's a pretty big guy.
Yep. Here.
Big enough.
Yeah, I think they'd probably go to him here. I just tap the center on the right or the left, whichever the nose tackle's on, and go the opposite way, and the center kick out that block. Now KLC's really tight.
Sent Fritz in motion. That pretty much signaled a quarterback sneak.
Yep.
Stanzik drags the pile all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing there. KLC was tight there to stop the run, but they just couldn't do it. We're down to 6:45.
Quick quarter, and what we thought would be maybe a pretty long game given the passing propensity by KLC. First and 10, ball spotted on the 21-yard line. Hand off to Fritz right up the middle. He had a little bit of an opening, Chris, but he stumbled down. Bit of a break for KLC.
Fritz carrying the ball again for Howard. Delahunt making the stop for KLC.
Delahunt making.
8 for the Tigers.
Fritz picks up 2 at 2nd down and 8, ball on the 19-yard line. In the backfield is Sam Schulten. He's a blocking back primarily. Fritz, not much there. Gets it down near the 16-yard line. Pick up a 3. In either case, Chris, Howard has really tipped the field in their favor.
Be interesting what they run here. They decide to throw it or try 2 running plays.
Fritz has 31 yards and 8 carries so far. He's the deep back in this formation. Takes it.
Big hole.
He gets it down near the 10-yard line. It's going to be a first down in any case.
Fritz on the carry against the Tigers.
Right at the 10, they're spotting it. There was a 6-yard run right up the middle. You know, Chris, I thought there was somebody in the backfield could have got a hold of him. But
it seemed like they over pursued.
Yeah, good point. First and goal, ball spotted on the 10. 2 wide receivers off to the right. Stanzik under center. Fritz, a deep back. He's been the workhorse. Hand it to the up back, Schulten. And not much there.
I think they tried to fool him there, Marty. The
Little
quick
John
hit.
Coons, huh?
Yeah, but they're up the hit, but that did not work. I thought that was a good idea, but it just...
No blocking. It's going to be 2nd and goal. We'll give them a yard, Chris. It was a short yard in any case. It's going to be 2nd down. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. Eric Reineman is wide to the left. Fritz, it's hit in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of a yard.
Ball carried by Fritz.
And Fritz isn't getting up.
That's a bad thing.
2 players aren't getting up. 1 on each side, Marty.
Yeah, they're laying on top of one another. That was the 10th carry already for Jake Fritz, Chris.
This isn't good.
Oh, man. Jake's dad is leaving the booth. Scott, he's a principal over at Howard's Grove. He's heading down to the field. Here, let's take a look and see what happens. Comes right up the middle.
Oh, jeepers creepers.
Put his helmet right into the stomach of the defensive player, and I'm wondering if it couldn't be some kind of a neck injury. The defender is up and walking away. I didn't catch who that kid was. Looked like it might have been 74, Sam Cans, or Michael Gesh, 64. But they're calling for help. This is not good. Hey, Scott, why don't you take us to a commercial break and we'll come back.
When you're behind the wheel, always watch for people walking and biking. It's Wisconsin law to give bikes at least 3 feet when passing. In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. People ride bicycles to go places, get exercise, reduce pollution, save money, and have fun. Watch for people riding bikes when you're driving. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
He serves his party best who serves the country best. Rutherford B. Hayes.
Patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself by looking out for your country. Calvin Coolidge.
Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid. Ronald Reagan.
There's nothing wrong in America that can't be fixed of what is right in America. William Clinton.
Be the we now.
I'm a board-certified pediatrician. I've practiced pediatrics now for about 14 years. And I always tell my parents I give the vaccine to both of my daughters. And I really do not want them to come to me 20 years from now and say, Mom, I have cervical cancer, and you did nothing to protect me. This is a vaccine that is safe, is effective, and it can prevent cancer.
Cable access channels ensure you the ability to exercise your First Amendment rights through the medium of television. They create opportunities for mutual communication, education, and artistic expression. Public access makes community participation possible and gives you a voice in your community and your world. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local public access channel.
I'm a Packer fan.
And we're Packers fans.
Hi, I'm David Collins, Superintendent of the Wisconsin State Patrol. Packers fans are the best fans in football.
We are the ultimate team players.
The ultimate team player. Be the ultimate team player. Always have a designated driver.
Always have a
designated driver.
Live responsibly.
Packer fans.
Don't let fans drive drunk.
Responsibility has its rewards.
Go Packers! Go Packers! Go Packers!
Time was, kids did what came naturally, spending free time running through the grass, exploring streams. But times have changed. Today's indoor kids spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Outdoor play improves kids' health, body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity, and could even make them better students. There's a reason they call it the great outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
Jake Fritz is still on the ground. This does not look good. The defensive player for KLC that got up off the pack was Michael Gesh. He seems to be doing okay. KLC has moved to the north end of the track as they work on Jake Fritz. Like I mentioned, Jake is a junior running back. He's a catcher on the baseball team. He's been a starter, part-time starter kind of guy for the last 3 seasons. Started part-time as a freshman and then was full-time. And here you're going to see what happened. Ducks his head and gets hits it right into the neck, the stomach of Gesh, the defensive player, and I assume it's some type of a neck injury. You do not have an ambulance on the scene. That's a police vehicle. You'd think if it's something where they need to put him on a spine board, they would get an ambulance out here and do that. Obviously, we don't know if that's the case just yet. We are in the first quarter. There's 4:09 left in the first quarter. Howard's has a real good drive going, running the ball almost exclusively. They had one short 6-yard pass and run the ball 13 times and moved it right down the field. And then we had this happen. And
it's just a game, Marty, and these are young men and kids, and we've done a lot of games, Marty. I mean, a lot of games, and we don't see this at all. I mean, at all.
I like to tell this story, and hopefully it'll happen tonight. Stu and I did a game out in Howard's Grove, and the kid went down, and it was about 20 minutes that he was down and looked very, very bad. And in the end, the kid jumped off and trotted off the field. You know, you can only hope something like that can happen here this evening.
Yeah, and that was, oh my gosh, that's got to be almost 20 years ago, Marty. So we don't see stuff like this very often. So
you do have some trainers down there, some medical emergency people from the Kohler Police Department, mom and dad, looking after Jake. Hopefully, again, everything's going to be okay. But as we speak and look down there, it doesn't look good. He hasn't moved.
he is moving his legs, Marty, which is a...
That's an awesome thing. He saw a
look
hand
at his
move,
feet
too.
Right there. And
I think he moved
that's our positive thing to see.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Winding down to the end of the season, Chris and I were talking a little bit earlier before we had this injury delay. KLC is a combo team, and the way they place them in the divisions is by adding up the population of each school. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what you came up with?
Well,
with that?
As Marty mentioned, you basically take all teams who have a 500 record in conference play, and you put them from the schools with the most kids to the schools with the fewest kids, and then they just basically divide them up.
Place you in divisions, right?
Yeah, 7 divisions, and it's looking like if Kohler Lutheran Christian could win either this week or next week, they would be be in the 4th division. And I was looking, can they fall down to a 5? It doesn't really look that way based on the number of teams with the enrollment that would be that small. So they're looking at a 4. I believe Cedar Grove, who's ranked right now, I believe 4th in Division 5, they also would be a 4 if I was looking at that right. Interesting conference. Hilbert is leading the conference, which
I think I picked them.
We both picked them at the beginning of the year.
Oh, you didn't pick them. Only I did.
I picked Hilbert. But what's interesting about that situation is Hilbert, I mentioned before, the Big East has 11 schools. You don't play everybody. You only play an 8-game conference. So you have to find a non-conference game, which is very difficult to do. You would think with 11 teams you'd play them all.
Right.
But
yeah.
the ironic thing is Cedar Grove and Hilbert, Cedar Grove is in second place, they don't play.
Well, and the unfortunate thing with Cedar Grove is they lost. They wound up beating KLC, but had to take a loss because of using an ineligible player.
Right.
I guess by all rights, the Cedar Grove, Belgium community is saying, we should be 6-0 too, but
yep.
Unfortunate for them. But they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you don't get to play Hilbert. I mean, I guess you can't play everybody, but
everybody has football in that conference, all 11 schools, so you could only play 9.
Yeah,
but you'd think they'd play 9 then.
Yeah, it's just a strange thing. As I mentioned, KLC played against Laconia and lost, so they're 4-3. Howard's is 2-5. They beat Mishicot and North Fond du Lac. They've played a lot of.
I got the 1-5 because that's their conference record.
Yep. And it's kind of weird. Howard just played Random, Oostburg, Ozaki's, and Cedar Grove, basically all traditional CLC teams. And when you look at who KLC's played, they've played like Mishicot, St. Mary's Central. They've played Hilbert.
So in other words, some teams are getting an easy schedule.
Well, they're just playing different.
Yeah,
some of the traditional ones, and next week KLC plays Manitowoc Lutheran, which was not a traditional CLC team as well.
Correct. You don't see a lot of activity around.
No. I don't think they're going to move him until the appropriate
personnel come.
Right, which I got to be honest with you, Marty should be here by now. And
this also reminds me of a story from the 60s. I think it was maybe in the 63 or 64 football season over at Sheboygan North. And back then, both schools played mostly home games on Saturday afternoons.
Yep.
And Dennis Ruppel, a really good quarterback for North, went down. I think he had a broken leg, actually. And they waited for like a half an hour before they were able to get an ambulance there. And that struck a nerve with the community. And for several years, every home football game had an ambulance at the game. And here we see the Plymouth Ambulance Service paramedic unit arriving at the field. And they will know the proper procedure for taking care of this injury.
Yeah, I know. I got some bad news this week. Ben Miller, turned out he did tear his ACL, and he played for North.
Baseball too.
Yep, 6 to 9 months. You got some early opinions that said this was not true, but he went in for his MRI, and they thought a couple weeks ago at North, Ben Miller, a player from North, broke his leg, and then we find out he had, little, minor little.
And there was a case too. He went down for a little bit,
wow.
and they were able to assist him, one under each arm, walk him off the field to the training table, and as it turned out, it's actually a lot worse than suspected.
Yeah, he's out 6 to 9 months, and
you're going to see it again. Zach putting his helmet right into the stomach of Mike Gesh. Not getting up.
Yeah, Mike Gesh, too, I think he might have got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was.
Because he couldn't move
He
either.
got off the pile, walked off the field, and was doing some stretching on the sideline. He did not look the worse for wear. But we were talking about the football season has just flown by. We have one more scheduled game, and that's Manitowoc at South next Friday.
Well, Marty, it's basically the Sheboygan County has been hurting because we aren't contributing to the Friday night fish fries the last few weeks. So it'll be nice in a couple weeks that the community will have your money back in the Sheboygan getting fish.
We had a combined birthday party early this afternoon. We went to Miller's Glen, 4:30, Grandma Rush, 93, and Mr. Martin was not 93. I was going to talk to you a little bit about the conference schedule, and Trevor Tagle and I were talking about this before the start of the regular game football season. We were over at North doing some taping, Richard and I. But anyway, he said one of the reasons for, although the conference in the Fox River Classic is not doing this, but one of the reasons for maybe having one of those conference opponents count as a non-conference game is so you only have to win 4 games to make the playoffs. The way they're doing it, every game that North, South, and all the teams in the Classic Conference play this year are conference games. Now, in order to make the playoffs, you have to win 5 games.
Yep.
If you did it the other way, where you only have to achieve a 500 record in conference, you'd only have to win 4 games.
Yep, and that's what's the case here. So, you know, Howard's.
So KLC would need at least one more win to achieve that over 500 record. Is that right? Or no? Or
guaranteed.
Right
I think
now?
they're in already, to be honest with you, with 4 and 2 and things like that. Like I've mentioned before, we don't see this very often.
Chris.
Yep, we don't see this very often. I think it's more
precautionary, hopefully.
Hopefully, I hope so. Like we said, we saw him moving his hands and his feet before, and I said I've been to a lot of games. Lots and lots of high school and grade school and games, and you don't see this basically ever. I mean, 95%, 98%. So it's just it's really kind of a tragic situation. Next week we'll be at South.
At South, they host Manitowoc. That's a game that we'd like to think South could possibly win. North is up in Manitowoc tonight. Tomorrow
Yep.
for homecoming.
And you said they've always played their homecoming games and forever on Saturdays.
Right, even though they'll play regular games on Friday nights. But that's a game too. You know, if North can get their defense going a little bit, they've got a shot. Manitowoc's certainly not overpowering.
No, and have they always played at that same field in Manitowoc, Marty? You've played? Did you always play
Washington?
there? Yeah, you always played at that junior, the junior high there.
Yep.
A lot of
right across the street, basically from the baseball.
Yep.
Memorial Field.
Yep, and
Manitowoc had a touchdown there, called back.
Used to be a powerhouse, Manitowoc, in the 80s.
Hey, when we played there, they were very good. We ended up winning our game there my senior year, but it was only 3-0. We had one other game that was at Fond du Lac. We won that game at Fondy 3-0 too. The offenses back then were not the offenses like you see today. It was a little more basic kind of thing.
Yeah, they.
Let's see. They got him on the board, and they're going to set him on the gurney, and then from that point they'll get him in the ambulance and taken to the hospital.
Just a sad situation.
Yeah,
it kind of keeps you humble and not a lot to say. Kind of takes the wind out of the sails of things. And
there we go. Gently lift him up.
See, Coach Brixon is now on the staff at KLC. You said you saw him this summer, but
well, it was early fall. Richard and I went around to the 3 schools, North, South, and KLC, to do a little bit of taping. So we had some tape to run while we were interviewing the coaches, so you wouldn't have to see my face so much, which is always a good thing. But anyway, yes, Steve got back into coaching, which is a good thing.
Steve was a coach at North, came over from Mayville.
Don't throw your hat when you get mad on the sideline. Remember that? And there you see Zach being put into the, well, I guess Richard's not at his camera right now. Can't see that, but they placed him inside the ambulance and ready to take him off the field. Anyway, Steve had an unfortunate accident when he was coaching North. There was a play that didn't go very well, and he took his hat and he threw it down on the ground and wrenched his back to the tune of probably a 2-year sentence of back pain.
Yep.
He's totally over that now, but just goes to show sometimes the most innocent of actions can cause major issues.
Yep, I remember that. That's a few years back already, too. Marty, we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And I have to admit, it's the first time I've ever seen a boy taken off in an ambulance since we've been together.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We've been doing this
over 20 years for me, and it's the first time.
And I've been with you since 96 or 97, so.
I did see Dennis Ruppel taken off, but that was when I was a kid.
They put 3 minutes on the clock to be 2 minutes left, and when we get back, it'll be third down for Howards. And our prayers and thoughts go out to Jake and Fritz and his family.
Every child adopted from foster care remembers their one day. The day he first met his forever family. The day their adoption was finalized. More than 100,000 children are waiting for their one day.
My one day was happy.
Find out more at nationaladoptionday.org.
Hi, I'm Mia Hamm. As a professional soccer player, I know how rewarding sports can be and how quickly injuries happen. So I've teamed up with the American Association of Orthodontists to ask athletes to play it safe. With my years of training, I know what it takes to become an expert, and orthodontists do too. They're the experts who help people obtain healthy, beautiful smiles. Wear mouthguards, face masks, and helmets to prevent injuries. Keep smiling and visit braces.org.
Put the phone away when you're on the road. All right, we're back at Eben Field, getting ready to continue first quarter action. And it's third down and goal from the 10. The last play went for a -1 yard. Stanzik hands it off. No, he fakes, throws into the end zone, and he's got a receiver wide open in the end zone. Zach Staus. They did a little fake reverse. Stanzik stood up tall after rolling to the right just a little bit and threw a dart to his wide receiver. Touchdown. Nice play.
I was wondering how Howards would respond, and they got the touchdown.
All right, they're going to go for a 2 on the extra point. Jack Peterson, 27, is in the backfield for Howards. Man in motion, pitch back to Peterson, trying to get the corner. He's not going to make it. Actually loses a yard. So with 3:58 left in the first quarter, Howards Grove on top, 6-0.
One of my most rewarding experiences as a dietitian has been actually quite recently, just a year ago, when I met Donna, because she was so motivated and ready to lose weight and to get healthier.
Well, since I've met Sue and listened to her guidance, I've lost about 80 pounds, and I have been taken off almost all my medications. To me, I mean, that's something to shout about. I just see the future getting better and better and better because I'm getting healthier and healthier and healthier.
Back at Eben Field, just totaling up the plays on that drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 play, 65-yard drive for a touchdown, Chris. Out of those 65, 49 were on the ground.
8 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. And we might see the offense, but we know Horowitz can run them back.
Horowitz is, we got to say all good things about him. Chris's dad is standing right next to us over there running the camera. And I heard he's pretty mean. Horowitz back deep, he's number 4. Not a deep kick, and it gets by the return man down at about the 14 and gets it up. A penalty comes in late up to the 19-yard line. Do you guys know who that return man was? Took that kickoff back?
Hendricks.
Hendricks on the return?
Yep, Zach Hendricks.
Okay.
But,
Hendricks, 32.
Well.
Oh, okay. Holding on KLC, so the ball's going to get marched back halfway. It'll put it on about the 9, just inside the 9. Inside the 10, rather.
Yeah, Zach Hendricks returned it. He's from Christian, 5'11", 140-pounder. And here comes the KLC offense.
For the first time tonight.
And they're going to wing it up there.
Van Ness pitches it back
See?
to Horowitz. And he gets it right back to the line of scrimmage. Not much going on there. Second down. Actually a loss of a yard. Second down. 2 wide receivers off to the right. I tell you, it's really hard to pick out numbers, Chris. Van Ness with a deep out. Nice pass and off the hands of the intended receiver. Not able to gather it in was Luke Heinen.
I thought for a minute there Zach Peterson might get to that ball and pick it off too, which would not have been a positive play.
You're going to see
ball
it.
Goes out. It's a long throw, but it was right to him.
Yep, tried to run with it before he got it.
Heinen, the co-leading receiver.
Another quick out. Wide
Nice.
receiver Horowitz does a stiff arm, and I believe he's got the first down. Good pass and catch that time.
Horowitz from Lutheran.
Okay, first down. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 11 on that pass play. The quick outs, Chris, you like those?
Yep. Old-fashioned football.
Heinen on this side. Inside handoff, running back through the line of scrimmage, spins away and leans forward. Nice run that time.
Sam Kohler. Sam Kohler likes the weight room, I understand.
45 that was, Chris. Sam Kohler on the carry, you're right.
My girlfriend's daughter goes to Kohler, so I get a lot of inside scoop, Marty.
Another handoff, Kohler over the 35.
There's a nice crowd tonight, Marty.
Not too bad.
For the student section over there. I'm sure Allie's over there somewhere.
Pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Fake handoff, Van Ness through the middle, leans forward. He's up to the 45 for a first down. Nice run there.
Micah Routman making a lot of tackles for Howard's number 56.
Gonna get a good look at it.
Boom.
9-yard run that time for Van Ness. 1st and 10. Fake handoff. Van Ness keeps it. Pounds forward up to the 50. Give him about 5 yards on that run. They got their sea legs, Chris, once they got that first down,
yeah.
right? 2nd and 5. Ball spotted right on the 50.
Minute and a half left. First quarter.
Kohler, the deep back. Horowitz is among the 3 group over on the left, and they get it to him.
Oh.
And he slips
Yeah,
by
there's
a
gotta be hold.
tackler.
Yeah.
And we get a penalty. It's going to be holding on Howard, pardon me, on KLC.
I don't think he would have thrown it if he was tackled right away, but once he got past him there, he had to throw it.
KLC on the penalty. It's going to remain 2nd down.
Watch the grab right there on Staus.
Hey, it was
Nice
a good
replay.
grab. If you're going to grab, might as well make it a good one. Ball spotted, we'll call it the 40-yard line. It's going to make it 2nd and 15. Van Ness on a fake handoff, keeps it. He gets about 6 or 7 depending on where they spot it.
It's an interesting defense Howard's plays.
Oh,
They don't
wow.
even
Got
cover.
a real bad spot on that one, Chris.
Here, look at the replay, Marty. Oh, yeah, they dragged him way back.
3rd down and 10.
Like right now, they don't even cover up one of their wide receivers, so they're going to give it to him.
Quick out. Receiver avoids one tackler, but then is hit at the 46-yard line.
Our 25, Jeremiah Scheidt on the catch. He's a Christian player, and it looks like
Remain 4th and 10.
the penalty's going to cost him, Marty.
Oh, yeah, big time. And
Quarter.
that's the end of the quarter. We're at the end of 1 quarter of play. Howard's Grove with the lead, 6-0.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who was injured in Iraq. When I met Ian, I knew he had to help him get his housing grant, an auto grant, and every benefit to live as normal a life as possible. And we did.
PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned.
My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
This video was submitted by a student through the Teens Drive Smart program. For more information on teen safety, visit Teens Drive.
Punt is away. KLC gets a pretty good bounce. Wasn't really struck that well. Ball is going to be downed at about the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Howard's Grove, and they look pretty good on the last drive, Chris. 1st and 10.
Yep. Well, make a big difference with Fritz out of the game.
Could, yeah, you're right.
Peterson's going to have to handle the load now.
First and 10. Handoff to Peterson. And he's knocked down at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4.
Rizzo hits into a double play, Marty.
That's not a good thing.
Well, the clock is rolling. This is all helping Howards as long as KLC does not have the ball. Definitely in the hands of the Tigers.
Run up the middle.
Yep.
By Stanzik, keeper. Looks up pretty good yardage on that. It's going to be third down.
See if the KLC can stop them here. They had a tough time in that opening series. A lot of third down conversions for Howards.
Stanzik under center. Quarterback sneak and good push by the offensive line. Wow. Gets it up near the 30, 40, 35-yard line.
55, Matt Bayona in there. He's one of my former students. Nicholas Brickner. Pushing some space there.
It is first and 10, ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Peterson takes the pitch around right end, looking for a hole. And pretty good fill that time until the end when Peterson kept the legs churning and gained yardage.
Yeah, and Peterson, they're just a sophomore, doing a little too much reading there. More north and south if he wants to be a little more successful. But you're right, KLC filled in quite well there.
Second down and a short 6.
Under 10 minutes. Second quarter.
Micah Routman at center for the Tigers. Stanzik's handoff to Peterson. We got a flag going right in the middle of the pile. It's usually where holding occurs.
Wow.
We'll see what that's all about.
That was such a fast play. I'm surprised he could even see a hold.
Threw it right away.
Yeah, and
holding is on Howards Grove. That'll push the ball back. They were able. Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, I think they got Routman there. He's not happy, and I just thought it was really a quick flag.
You know, I mention a guy's name, and right away he's cheating.
And penalties have hurt both squads to the point where they can't make up the yardage. Let's watch it here. Number 56 right in the middle, your center. Well, it wasn't on him. I'll say that. I don't know who was on. Such a quick play, Marty, that I was surprised
hard to pick it out. Well, we get that angle on our camera. It's a little bit lower. You know, if it's up a little bit higher, maybe you can get a little better view of it.
Work on the
fake handoff. Stanzik keeps it on the quarterback option, and he gets pushed back just over the 35-yard line.
Horowitz on the tackle.
And that's the other thing I noticed on the website, researching these teams. The leading tacklers for KLC is Horowitz and Michael Gesh and Sam Frang. You know, you look at stats for North or South, none of that stuff's in there. It also gave the leading tacklers for Howards Grove as Routman and Brickner.
Yep, I saw that too.
Third down and 10. Stanzik on the quick out, and he's got a receiver, and he makes the catch. Making the nice grab was Eric Reineman. Just, we'll call it the 50. That's about a 14-yard gain.
It's a nice catch by Reineman on the side, just a sophomore.
First down and 10.
Howard's, as we mentioned, very young. Just 6 seniors, 5 juniors.
Here we go. It's first and 10. Stanzik keeping it, avoids one tackler. Got a good block up in front. I didn't notice who made that. I think it was Peterson, but anyway, he gets it down to the 45. Second down and 5.
I'll tell you, the Howards Grove keeping the ball away from KLC. KLC has had it for 3 minutes and 58 seconds today, Marty.
Yeah, they're just dominating play. Lead back gets it, and he's hit right away.
Wow.
Taken down. The ball carrier was Skolten. He got little, if anything.
If you're just joining us, Jake Fritz, their big running back, is out. You would think someone like Skolton's got to come up and get some more chunks for Howards to be successful.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Stanzik in the shotgun. Hands it off to Peterson around the right end.
Holding.
And he gets tackled inside the 35-yard line.
Looked like there was a holdout here.
No flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, by Durker. Watch on when they come around here. Right there.
Yeah, 12. Looks like could have been no call on it. The play stands. Ball is spotted on the 38-yard line.
And again, a 3rd down
34-yard line.
Just adding up those 3rd down conversions, Marty.
That was a 10-yard run, Chris. First back through again is
I'll tell you,
Golden, and he gets nothing.
I would think he'd get a little more yardage. He's the one person that can't get it going. Everybody else for Howard seems to be getting some chunks.
Well, again, Howard's Grove starting deep in their own territory has flipped the field. See Gesh trotting on the sideline here. Chris, he running pretty good. Doesn't look like he's hurt too much. Peterson hit in the backfield and dropped.
Sam Kohler on the stop.
Let's see. Boom, boom, 2 of them coming right through.
Look at Sam
Good run
Kohler.
defense there. Loss of 2 on the play.
5'11", 190-pound junior.
It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Stanzik under center this time.
See if KLC comes. They don't. They drop back.
Little wide receiver screen and good read by the defense. They nail that wide receiver.
Yep, Sam Kohler came in and delivered that hit. If I was Howard's here, I could have watched the middle screen here. But I'll tell you, you had lineman out front. Trey Johnson was out front, but he didn't hit anybody. And so Kohler just delivered the blow.
All right, it's going to be 4th down and a long 10. There was only 2 yards on that wide receiver screen. Isaac Durker is back looking to punt. Horowitz back deep for KLC.
He's averaging 26 yards a punt, Marty.
And it goes into the end zone. Couldn't get a bounce. And KLC will get it 1st and 10 at the 20 with 4:48 remaining until halftime.
10 yards past his average. One time we don't want him to kick it so well.
And he nails one. I wouldn't exactly call it a boomer, but
that's one thing that the old coffin kicks, you don't see punters do that anymore.
No, you know what they do is they kind of hold the ball funny and they kick the end of it and try to get it to
right.
You know, instead of kicking a spiral, they want to kick it end over end. Oh, we got a running back through the line of scrimmage. He's got a big gainer here for Kohler. Gets it out over the 40-yard line, over a 20-yard gain that time.
Sam Kohler
Great,
doing it on the
lots of
offense
blocking
now
in the middle. Great block in the middle. And Kohler just shedding tacklers.
Yeah, doing it on the offense, now doing it on the defense, now doing it on the offense.
1st and 10, ball now on the 42-yard line. Kohler's longest run of the night. They give it to Kohler again. Then loses the ball, and Howard's Grove has it. Falling on it for the Grovers was Zach Staus.
There's a flag on the play, Marty. Or was that the bag?
Well, I was going to say probably was the bag.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that is too bad. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Howard's Grove. Ball spotted right on the 45-yard line. They're 45 yards from pay dirt. First back through, trying that play again that time. Skolton was able to skip by the first tackler and pick up 3 yards. Oh, wow, they mark it way back, Chris. What kind of marking is this? God. It looked like he had 4 yards, and they mark it back 2. You got to wonder.
Well, it's not where the knee's down, it's where the ball is.
When the knee goes down.
Watch the...
Yeah, cheapers. Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Deep pass. Pretty good coverage that time. Stanczyk's got a good arm, Chris.
Yep.
And I think that's maybe his first incompletion of the night.
I thought that was a good idea. Might as well give it a shot down the field.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't gone deep yet. Sharon is wide to the left, and Reineman wide to the right. Stanczyk keeping it on a quarterback sweep. He avoids 2 tacklers and leans forward for the first down. Referee right there says there was no tackle on that linebacker, even though it looked like it.
And another first down and another terrible spot, but another third down conversion by Howards.
Ball spotted on the 34-yard line.
Clock ticking under 3.5.
9-yard run that time, Chris. They're cooking. Stanczyk faking. He's got a receiver out there. Great pass, but good pass coverage.
Better coverage.
Yeah, breaking that play up was KLC's Zach Hendricks. Good defense that time. Watch this defense.
You could even run with the ball here, Marty.
Yep.
That's just a nice football play all the way around. Nice rollout, nice throw. Timeout.
We'll get a timeout by Howard's Grove. There's 3:12 remaining until halftime. They lead it 6-0. And they're moving the ball. We mentioned this before, but if you're just joining us, the starting running back for Howard's Grove, Jake Fritz, was injured, was down for probably a good 20 minutes. You're going to see the play right there, and it looks to be a head injury of some sort, and they were very cautious with his care. Was carted off on a stretcher, and an ambulance came on the field, and right now he's being tested at the hospital. We don't know what happened to him, not yet anyway. Stanczyk, great running, and he's still on his feet before he's finally forced out of bounds.
Well, according to the marking, he's going to have, according to the official on this side of the field, he's got a first down, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're going to place it.
Don't let the official on this side mark it. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is spotted on the, they're coming out to mark Chris. No, I take that back. Yep. Ball is on the 24-yard line. That was a 10-yard pickup. Reineman wide to the right. Peterson, the second back through, gets it. And he's got pretty good yardage, getting it down inside the 20-yard line.
I don't remember him having the ball on this series. So he has some fresh legs.
Yes. Carried it 4 times in the previous possession, then after 2 plays by KLC.
Yep, so get some fresh legs there. 2nd and just a short 3. They go to their big guy, but he has not done anything. Good job by KLC there. Kohler there again.
Yeah, they've bottled Skolton up pretty good. Give him a yard maybe, but certainly not much.
Caleb Ron from Christian up there making some plays too. Number 20.
Ball spotted on the 18-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3. Peterson, the lone setback. They pitch it to him, trying to get around the end, and a great penetration and making the tackle out there was Tyler Tuttle.
I didn't think this was a good call at all. I would have done the old quarterback sneak again there with just getting 3.
You know what would have made it a better call? Some blocking.
I just didn't think that was a good play call that time. Oh, Howard's Grove going to call timeout with a $1:20.
$1:20 left? Or is that 28?
20.
Anyway, we got a minute 20-something left in the first half, and it's going to be a 4th down and about 5, maybe 6 yards to go. I think it's very important for KLC to keep them from scoring any points, Chris.
Yep. Yeah, they're only down 6-0. KLC gets the ball to start the second half.
So far in the quarter, KLC has run 2 offensive plays. And there's only a minute left. In the first quarter, KLC ran 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 plays, not counting the punt. So you're right. Time of possession. You mentioned you didn't think it was going to be important.
No, because I thought if KLC scores, they're going to score quickly, where Howard would probably control the clock like they are.
Fake handoff. Picked off. Wide receiver. Boy, it looked like the interceptor was going to go further, but they kept him out of the board, out of the end zone. It looked like the wide receiver and the quarterback were not on the same page at all, Chris. I thought it was a good play. Do that slant pass, but
Justin Landgraf on the interception. So we'll see if KLC, with their 3 timeouts, tries to attack from down here.
Get it to Horowitz.
Yep.
Van Ness going deep into double coverage. Horowitz off his chest. He threw it into double coverage.
Yep.
And
Zachary Gordon
amazingly, the ball got to the wide receiver, but was incomplete. Look at that. Right over the hands of the two defensive backs.
Zachary Gordon did not. He looked like he was going to pick it off, and it went over his head.
2nd down and 10.
Now, if I'm Howard, I'm dropping back here.
1:15 left. Van Ness on the deep pattern, and no chance there.
Nope. Good
defensive play that time by Howard's Grove's Zachary Gordon.
Well, they went trips to the left, and so they threw back right, having a single one-on-one coverage and just slightly underthrown.
I like their attack early in the game when they threw the quick short passes and then let the receiver gain yards after the catch. Van Ness trying to do the quarterback draw, but good defensive play there. Picks up maybe a yard.
Howard's going to call their last timeout with 1:02 left.
That actually is a good call by Coach Schmidt, I think, to save some clock and get the ball back.
I don't know if they can move down the field to score, but maybe a botched snap or...
Yeah, there's a lot that could go wrong when you have to punt, especially in high school football. Don't forget about a long return either. That's certainly not out of the question. KLC has had their issues with coverage.
Especially when you come here.
Yeah, except we haven't had too many punt returns. It's mostly been on the kickoff return. Back deep for the Grovers is Isaac Durker and Joshua Sharon. Good snap. Kick is away. Takes a good bounce. And the ball is going to be downed at the 44. 1st and 10 for Howard's Grove. Okay. A little bit of a replay right here on this punt. First and 10. We have 55.7 seconds left until halftime.
Well, see if they pick up something here, and then probably something in the middle here, maybe an out or something to watch for.
Stanzik going deep out. He's got Reineman for a first down.
Clock
at
stops.
About the 43.
50 seconds left. And Howard is right up on the ball. Gotta like this for a high school team.
Whoa, bad snap. Stanzik does a good job of controlling it and throws the ball incomplete.
I like the fact that Howard was right on the ball and knew the play and ready to roll. Where you see some teams they just keep looking to the sidelines. What's the play? What's the play? Now I know that Zach Fritz is their field goal kicker too, Marty.
Uh-oh. Yep. Stanzik takes it. It's 2nd down and 9. He's got his wide receiver and leans forward, gets it down inside the 30 near the 25-yard line.
We're at 36 seconds. No timeouts for Howard, so.
Let's see. Good pass and a catch. Stanzik looking deep. He had a wide receiver open, Zach Gordon, but missed a throw, and he would have been wide open for the end zone, Chris.
Yeah, nice pump, fake, and just missed him. Just missed him. Nice fake, throws, just out of his reach, and a big mistake by KLC there.
Third, 27 seconds left. Quick out. He's got his receiver. Pass is caught by Zach Staus.
And he's out of bounds, Marty.
Yeah.
Stopping
Hey,
the
they're
clock.
doing it just the way you want to do it.
I believe it's 22 seconds, Marty. You know, anything less than 10 yards, Marty, and this quarter will run out. So you just don't want to get, let them catch anything in front of the marker there. Just don't let anything get behind you. Sack would be nice too.
Quick out. He's got his receiver, gets it out of bounds. Making the catch was Gordon again.
They're at the 10, 18.3. And again, anything inside, it's going to be very difficult. It's a nice play.
Yeah, it is. Ball spotted on the 12-yard line. Stanzik looking, he's rushed hard, and he's sacked.
That'll be it. 12, 10, 9.
Tyler Tuttle making the sack. And he spikes the ball. It's going to be 4th down.
The only thing that can hurt you there was a sack, and that's what hurt them there.
That's what they got, yeah.
And with one.
Oh, they called a timeout, Chris. I don't know if I like that, Chris.
Well, I don't know either. You want to get your defense set, but big play in the game, though, Marty. You definitely do not want to give up a score.
Right. It's amazing how they've been able to milk the clock, Howard's Grove, with their short passing game. That sack went for a loss. pushed the ball back, and then they had to spike the ball, stop it again, and now we're at 4th down and about 16 yards to go, 12 yards to go rather. Reineman is wide inside of him. Can't catch the number of that kid's. Stanzik looking over the middle. Pass goes incomplete, and we are at halftime with Howard's Grove on top, 6-0.
Because sometimes, even the rescuers need to be rescued. The Coast Guard Foundation. Find out how you can help at rescuetherescuers.org.
This little chick has hearing loss. It can be lonely, sad, and often accompanied by ringing in the ears or even loss of balance. But there's good news, because birds have an almost magical way of regenerating their inner ear cells to restore their own hearing, so they can live a happy, chirpy lifestyle. Imagine if science could achieve the same miracle with people. Well, at Hearing Health Foundation, we support research that is doing just that. Visit us at hhf.org and learn more about the cure for hearing loss and tinnitus.
Did you know that your thumbs are some of the scariest things on the planet? Every year, an average of 6,000 people lose their lives to thumbs that are used to text while driving. That means that your opposable digit is more dangerous than volcanoes, sharks, airplanes, jellyfish, tigers, lions, tornadoes, roller coasters, hippos, skydiving, spiders, and snakes. Texting while driving is more dangerous than all of those things. So why isn't it one of your biggest fears?
This video was submitted by a student through the Teens Drive Smart program. For more information on teen safety, visit teensdrivesmart.com.
Back at Evan Field in Kohler, and there you see Howard's Grove leads at halftime by a score of 6-0. Neither team really stood out much on offense in terms of gaining a lot of yards. Howard's Grove had 159 yards of offense, 104 on the ground, and 55 passing. Stanzik was 8 for 15 with an interception. Leading ground gainer in the half was Stanzik, 8 carries for 39. Second was Fritz with 10 carries and 36 yards. Obviously, he will not play anymore tonight. He got injured. For KLC, Kohler had 41 yards and 5 carries, but also fumbled and lost the ball. Van Ness had 4 carries for 20 yards. He was only 2 for 5 passing for 11 yards. Kohler only had 71 yards, Chris. In this second quarter, when you look at it the color-coded way, they only ran 5 offensive plays in that second quarter.
Well,
it's your turn.
I was going to say, time of possession, 19 minutes and 4 seconds for Howard's Grove. If I was KLC, I'd be very happy. We'd get the ball. We're only down a score. Their first drive was basically stalled by a penalty, and their second drive, which lasted only 26 seconds, was a fumble. Then they were buried in their own territory, and they didn't try 2 long passes. You know, that was with a minute 22.
Yeah, I thought going with the short pass and you know, let the receiver catch a short pass and then see what he can get on the yards after catch. But elected to go long, wasn't successful, and short run by Van Ness finished that drive. Through the middle, Horowitz gets it up over the 40-yard line, but a good field position, Chris, but not a real long kickoff return. That little bit of a squib type kick is working out pretty good for the Tigers.
They got it about the 20, so about 21 yards. Looks like he almost lost the ball there, but
yeah, I don't think that was Horowitz.
Leona with the tackle.
It's going to be 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 41-yard line. Second back through, got a good block, and falling down near the 50-yard line is the ball carrier Kohler. Nine-yard pickup.
Second and real short.
Second and very short, yeah. Well, almost looks like a long 2 when you look at it across the way. Handoff, nope, fake handoff. Pitch out to the wide receiver.
That was a
Horowitz on the catch.
Nice play there, Marty. Fake to Kohler up the middle. Howard's all Grove and a nice little pitch out there to the side. I just don't think...
Another bad spot.
Eesh.
Pick up a 6 on the play. Quick pitch. Van Ness keeps it right up the middle. Gets by 2 tacklers. Picks up a block. He's down to the 20, the 10, 5, and into the end zone. Van Ness with a 44-yard run.
Wait.
Matt Zavada signaling go for 1. Watch this. Fake the handoff. Gets a good block by Kohler. And rips off a couple of tacklers and then just outruns the last defender to the end zone. That was the spark they needed, Chris. See if they can grab the lead. Good snap and set. Kick wobbles up and no good. So, with 10:53 left in the third, we're all tied up 6-6. Oh man, sometimes it's just a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Howard's had so many opportunities in the first half to put points on the board. They could have scored 3 times. They ended up with just 1 score, and you knew just you're not going to stop this offense. They're averaging 24 points a game. They're very explosive. You just can't count on Howard stopping them all the time. And basically the only thing that stopped KLC was themselves with penalties and fumble. See how Howard responds now.
The one thing, even though Howard's Grove only scored 1 touchdown, what they've been able to do is always flip the field. And even when they gave it up, it was deep. So KLC didn't get good field position. The only time they got, and that was only at the 20, I think he got it at the 21-yard line after that interception. Taking Fritz's spot back deep, I believe, is Stanzik. Also back deep is Joshua Sharon. Doing the kicking is Landgraf, I believe. Ball is taken on the 15-yard line, and Stanzik is stopped just short of the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Howard's Grove at that point. Okay, ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Stanzik limping up to the line of scrimmage, Chris. He did that kickoff return and is hurting a little bit. Handoff to Sharon, and he gets nothing. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, actually. It's going to be 2nd down. Loss of a yard.
There you see it, and the kickoff return, and Stanzik holding his leg, still trying to, kind of work it out. Guess I remember doing that. You get hurt, and then you kind of just
suck it up,
rub it a little bit, and it'll go away. Sometimes it doesn't go away.
I was going to say, it doesn't always work that way. Second back is Peterson looking, sliding to the outside, but pretty good pursuit that time by KLC, and they don't give up much.
Oh, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Stanzik looks a little better now. Well, still wobbling a little bit, but Howard's had a very impressive drive through the air.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
To end the second quarter, which resulted on no points.
All right, Sharon is wide to the left, right in front of us. And a pitch out to Peterson, looking, he's got a bit of an opening. He leans forward, he's got the first down.
Another third down conversion.
The edges have been pretty kind to Howard's Grove. Are you going to see it?
The way they were stuffed those first couple downs, I didn't think they had a chance to get a first down.
Pickup of 11 on the play. I thought Peterson did a great job of getting the pitch and then looking for the opening, and once he saw it, he was able to scoot through. Second back through is Peterson. Good tackle that time. Gets it up to about the 42, 43-yard line.
Sam
second down.
Rushes up there.
Yeah, 2nd and 2.
Della Hunt with the tackle as well, number 50.
Sean doing a good job tonight. We've called his name several times. Stanzik ducks under center. Peterson, the deep back, fakes the handoff, and real poor pass that time by Stanzik. Intended receiver was Skolden, and he looks like he might have been able to get something, but pass just went awry. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Another opportunity for KLC to put the stop and get the ball. Wide receiver to this side is Mason Valenstein. He's caught a couple of nice balls for first downs. See if they look his way. Counter play and a good stop right in the middle.
Sam
making the tackle was Kohler. Peterson with no gain on that play. And it'll be 4th and 8. I think this is first or second punt, Chris, for the Grovers.
Just the second. Their first one went 35
Oh, that's right.
yards.
Went into the end zone.
Yep.
Had what, about a 27-yard average, and he kicked it 28 into the
35.
end zone. Pretty good snap. Boot is away. Kicking that one was a
no. It's a penalty.
Durker. Down at the 29-yard line.
He was out of bounds, Marty.
All right, 1st and 10. We've seen what they can do on offense, Chris. They can be pretty explosive. Van Ness had a 44-yard touchdown run last time. You need to go 71 yards from here. Fake to Kohler, and Van Ness hit in the backfield. Not much blocking there. Good defense played by Howard's Grove.
Brandon Van Ness coming in 18th in the state with total yards of passing, 1406, 11th in touchdown passes, and they haven't thrown the ball much, Marty. Not what we thought we'd see.
No, they started off throwing, but they've kind of gotten away from that.
Now, Kohler's doing a nice job on the ground.
Right.
Van Ness, too.
2nd down and 11. Van Ness dropping straight back, looking, throwing the out pattern. He's got a receiver, Horowitz, and he's in the open. Look out for him. Stiff arms a couple of tacklers, gets a block on the sideline. He's racing to the end zone. He could go. Touchdown! KLC, 72 yards.
Jeremiah Shunt, Marty, that's the guy with the kick-out block. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That
play right there netted them more yards, Chris, than they got in the entire first half. 72-yard touchdown run. Horowitz doing most of it on his own.
That's his 7th
Here we
touchdown
go.
on
Watch
the year.
a couple of stiff arms. One there,
Shunt,
one
number
there.
25. Kick
and
out.
a great block.
Yep.
Extra point is through. With 6:51 left in the third, it's 13-7, 13-6 KLC. Oh boy. You know, we could see it in the stats that they had an explosive offense, and they are pretty amazing, aren't they?
Oh, they're just speed there. Good protection in the line for Van Ness.
You know, your comment before the game about ball possession not being that critical, it's really showing up here in the third quarter.
Yep.
3 plays, 40, 50, 44, 50, 59 yards, 3 plays. On this last possession, 71 yards in 2 plays.
Well, they had the ball for 1:17 on the first one and 54 seconds on the second one.
Oh.
13 points. And now Howard's back up against the wall, trailing.
Yeah, and their offense has been methodical. They've been able to move the ball but not score points, and that's pretty much been their MO all season. Good pickup that time on the short hop. And getting tackled was Isaac Durker. I'm going to spot him right around the 30-yard line. We'll see where they put the ball down. But it's 1st and 10 for Howards.
And for the first time tonight, Howard's Grove goes on the field trailing in the ball game. As I mentioned before, they dominated the first half, but couldn't put the points on the board. Now it's coming back to haunt them.
Peterson, the deep back, Skolton, the up back, and quick out is incomplete. Stanzik couldn't make the connection.
Went with the shorter route, the deeper fly patterns. There was guys open. And getting away from the running attack, now trailing. Still 6:40 left in the third quarter.
I was going to say, there's a lot of time. You know, you don't need to get away from your passing game. And it's only 1 score. It's not that critical yet. A fumble. Stanzik falls on it. They're still scrambling for it. He did get it back, but boy, that was...
Stanzik is not himself after that hit.
Yeah, right after that kickoff return. A loss of about 3 on the play. Ball spotted on, I believe it's about the 28 or 29 yard line. Saw it. Next week, our last scheduled game, will be at Sheboygan South when they host Manitowoc. North is in Manitowoc this week. They play tomorrow afternoon in the Manitowoc homecoming game. We talked about that earlier. That pretty much wraps up our football schedule unless we get a playoff game, which is pretty iffy at this point. Chris, I don't think, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
There's a chance KLC could host a game.
Yeah.
But not likely.
Here at Eben Field in Kohler, KLC looked pretty dormant in that first half, only gaining 71 yards, but have come to life in the third quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns, 2 long ones. Third snap almost goes over Stanzik's head, but he's able to control it, and he's going to get wrapped up and dropped right at the 30-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down.
Tyler Tuttle on a tackle.
You see it from beginning to end.
And Howard's Grove looks like the 1-5 conference record team on that series.
Yep. Making the stop for KLC was Tyler Tuttle, and we've called his name several times. tonight. Kick is very short and out of bounds near the 45, and a flag goes down. To see what the penalty is all about. The official marking off where it went out, and it's going to be at the 43. We'll have to check out the penalty situation.
I think it's going to be a personal foul on Zach Hendricks.
Zach, what are you doing, man? Where do you want to stop after the game? I don't know. Someplace on the way home.
Look at how quick he punts this.
Yeah. Let's see. Down here at the bottom. Oh, right there.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Nah.
It's just blocking.
Oh, penalty is going on KLC. What is the penalty call? Keep track of that guy in the white hat, Richard. He's going to let us know.
What?
Personal foul on KLC. All righty. We don't like it, but it's not our choice. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 28-yard line. Van Ness at quarterback, Kohler in the backfield. He gets the handoff. No, Van Ness pulls it out and keeps it. And he's knocked down at the 40, and that should be enough for the first down. Little option play there, Chris.
Yep, Alex Novice on the carry. I'll tell you, KLC just looks so much faster in Howard's Grove. Coach Savada said at the beginning of the year when we had that preseason show that this was his best team he's ever had, and I can see why he said that.
Yeah, really. Kohler keeps it this time. No, he doesn't. It's a pass. I'll tell you, they fooled me, Chris. It's got to be the uniforms.
Well, he faked the belly, then was going to run, and then he had the option to pass, which he
Pulls it
decided
out.
to do.
Yeah, pulled it out right at the end. 2nd down and 10.
Nice design play there.
And going to the shorter pass this quarter. 5:27 left. Heinen down on this side. Wide out, looking his way. He slipped down, pass was low anyway. It would have been a tough catch, but it's going to be 3rd down.
And that's just a junior, so he'll be back next year.
He was good last year, too. 3rd down, 10. You want to get it to your playmaker. See if he can make a play and get the first down. Van Ness trying to get the needed yardage, but he's going to fall woefully short. It's going to be about a 3-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th and 7.
Right, we had such a fast first half. Now that we still have 5 minutes left in the quarter here.
Yep, that's what happens when you start throwing the ball around the yard.
3rd punt for KLC.
Durker, one of the deep men back. He's not going to get it. They're going to let it bounce. Sharon goes away from it. Doesn't take much of a bounce. The ball's going to be spotted inside the 25. Well, they're going to put it right on the 25-yard line. Make it easy for the stats man.
The Howard's punter return team hasn't touched the ball yet.
.446 left in the 3rd. We said it's been a slow-moving quarter. Howard's Grove has it back. In the backfield with Stanzik is Skolten. And Stanzik keeps it, gets through the first line of defense, and is knocked down at about the 29. Give him a gain of 4.
Well, Marty, you mentioned before, KLC has flipped the field on Howard's now here in the 2nd half, and all their possessions are a long way from pay dirt. The other thing is Howard's Grove had the ball for a total of 4 times in the in the first half, and this is already their third, and they're still 4-14.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how that works. Inside handoff to the big running back, and he doesn't get too much.
Not much at all.
Skolton on the carry. Give him a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Luke Iden, 5'11", 200-pounder from Christian on the stop.
How do you know that? Does it say it?
Oh, yeah. I can't make this up.
Well, we could.
Not another third down conversion, Marty.
Yeah, they did it.
Unbelievable, the third down conversion. And they're all like third and longs.
Yeah.
You're better off at putting them at 3rd and 3. They don't make it.
Peterson on the carry. It's going to be 1st and 10 like Chris called. Ball spotted on the 38-yard line.
Nice kick out block.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 37. And we get a whistle stopping action. Offside, Howard's Grove. Haven't been many penalties, Chris.
And when there has been penalties, the teams have not gotten the first down. Let's see if that holds true on this situation.
Alrighty. Chris is waving at one of our smaller fans here tonight. She's bundled up. Stanzik on the quick out. Incomplete over the outstretched arms of Zach Staus.
Yeah, she's about 1, Marty. She still understands us. She thinks we're pretty cool with our headsets on.
Had a nice time subbing over at Sheridan today, 4th grade class. This is Oldenburg. All right, we got 2nd down and 15. Ball spotted on about the 33-yard line. Stanzik rushed, moves in the pocket well, and throws a real bad pass.
A dart
Yeah.
at his ankles.
Sharon not able to come up with that. It's going to be 3rd down.
I think Stanzik should have taken off and run that time.
Wouldn't have been a bad idea. It was a good pass rush that time. Forced him out of the pocket, and that disrupted the whole play for that matter. Okay, wide to the right is Zach Gordon. Keep an eye on him. Pitch out to Peterson, trying to get the corner. He got a little bit. He's going to pick up about 7 yards, Chris, but it's going to be pretty well short of the first down.
And the penalty costs Howard's, and every time there's a penalty, it seems like the opponents can't get that first down. And again, should be good field position for KLC, as Howard's doesn't seem to have a good punting game here.
I want to keep it away from number 4, Horowitz. That guy's pretty dynamic. Quick kick, nice spiral. Horowitz lets it go, and it takes a real nice bounce. Now it's just a matter of where it went out of bounds, and they're saying it's out of bounds at the 25. Well, you got to give Howard's Grove credit, Chris. They know to keep it away from number 4. 35-yard punt. It's not so bad. Just criticizing those guys.
That was a 35-yarder. Yep. He's at a 35, 31, 27, 35. That was a good one. Good roll.
Okay, here we go. Van Ness gives it off to Kohler that time, trying to muscle up through the middle of the line, but doesn't get much.
One of the few times that he's been stopped today.
He's had a pretty nice game. We had him with 41 yards in the first half, only 5 carries. Picks up 1 there. 2nd and 9. Had a 22-yard run in that first half. Chris helped build up his rushing average. So far, he's 2 carries and 2 yards in this quarter. Van Ness rolling, throwing the out pattern, incomplete. We're going to have a pass interference. That's going to go on Howard's Grove's Jack Peterson. Peterson going both ways.
Yep, just holding on to his jersey there.
Nothing major.
No. I don't know why he would do such a thing. Holding.
Yeah, that should be a first down play, you would think. Mark off the penalty. Yeah, they're going to spot it at about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. 1:12 left in the quarter. Kohler right up the middle gets it up to the 39-yard line. Give him a gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down.
We mentioned Howard seems to be giving up big chunks of yards, Marty. We're ready for another big play.
I was going to say KLC trying to do what Howard's did to them. You know, just control the ball.
Yep.
Matriculate down the field.
Yep.
That means move slowly. Oh, hit at the line of scrimmage, but Kohler falls forward. Nice strong run that time. Remember Jim Otis?
Oh yeah.
Running back for Ohio State.
And the Cardinals?
Yep, that's what that looked like.
He was a big ball carrier.
Yep.
St. Louis, him and Terry Metcalf.
All right, I'm going to let the clock run out here in the 3rd quarter. And at the end of 3, KLC on top, 13-6.
Simple moments are what make every day count.
Every day, thousands of community and school groups, volunteer and government producers, technical staff and residents reach out to your community through one of the most powerful communication tools available, cable TV. PEG Access produces more new local programming each week than all the programming produced by NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, and PBS combined. PEG Access channels provide communities with a diverse, independent, and local voice. Thank you for watching and for your continued support of public, education, and government access television.
And we got a 3rd down play, and doesn't look like he got it, Chris.
Nope.
It's going to be 4th down.
They're going to punt for the 4th time to match Howard's.
Zach Sharon back deep for Howard's Grove. He's the lone return man back. Nice snap. Bit of a spiral punt, gets a nice bounce, goes out of bounds outside the 30-yard line. Not a very good kick. Howard's will have it in good field position. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line.
Well, Howard's problem all year is they can't score, and so hopefully that'll stay part of the course, because right now They're not showing any signs of threatening here in the second half.
142 yards for KLC in that third quarter, Chris.
And that was just a messed up play.
Yeah. Hit Stanzik back right at the line of scrimmage. He gains nothing on that play. It's going to be second down and 10.
He did a lot of work when he just quarterback sneaked it. He was getting 5 and 6 yards.
Yeah, he's a big kid, runs pretty hard.
They just haven't, passing game has gone away.
Howard's Grove, Chris, in that third quarter only had 34 yards.
See?
Nothing in the air. Handoff to Peterson, slips by a couple of tacklers, leans forward and gets very close to the first down. Maybe a yard or two short. And I'll tell you, this linesman on this side always seems to shorten up the run. I mean, look at where he goes down. Boom. And he was back at least a yard, I thought.
Well, I think the linesman doesn't keep up with the play.
You are absolutely right on that count. I agree with you there. That's part of the problem. He's lagging behind a lot. You go third down and 3.
Pitch play this way.
Oh, good cutback by Stanzik, and he gets it up to the 50-yard line. Nice run that time.
I don't think Howard's has been in KLC territory the second half.
Right at midfield. I don't know if that counts as being in the other team's territory, but they're getting close. Peterson, the deep back, fake to the first back. Stanzik on a crossbuck. Gets through the line of scrimmage and has a big run, about 12 or 13 yards. And it's going to be another first down.
He was a step away from breaking that, Marty.
You are absolutely right. Good blocking. Making the block on the edge there was Matthew Bayona. Pick up a 12. Ball spotted on the 38. 2 wide receivers out to this side. Reineman, one of them. The other one is Durker, second back through. Peterson picks up a couple.
9-10 and counting.
Second down and 9. The misdirection plays have been pretty friendly to Howard's Grove, as have the plays around the edge. Up the middle, KLC's been pretty stout. Hand off to Peterson again, trying to hit the edge, and looked like he might have got there, but great fill that time by KLC to stop that run.
Peterson, I think, a little tired too.
Third down, no gain on that play. That would give him a yard. I'm so easy. Got it.
Third down, been a bad thing. Ugh, another penalty.
It looks like it's going to be on Howard's Grove.
Again, offsides? No. Dead ball, offside.
Offside on the defense.
So, you know, that totally changes thing. If they stop them there on 3rd and long, they might punt.
Now they're going for
it twice.
Yep. Yeah, good point. 8:02 left. Clock running.
Oh, they're going out of shotgun.
Stanzik deep.
A little surprised.
And he's taking direct snap and going, and he's going to lean forward and should have the first down.
It's a penalty, penalty, penalty.
Here you see it. It's good blocking up front, and the lead blocker, who was Skolden, also did a good job. Ball is spotted on the 26-yard line.
7:36 and counting.
They're doing it again, Chris. They're controlling the clock and the ball. Well, that's what you need to do against KLC with their explosive offense. Second back through, Peterson gets through the line of scrimmage and leans forward down near the 21-yard line. Pick up a 5. They're not getting the penetration like they were earlier. KLC on defense.
Another good spot. Not.
Well, oh, not. Oh boy, yeah, that is, well, we've dwelled on that enough. I guess we can just.
2nd and 5.
Of course.
Stanzik really showing signs of limping now.
Oh really, I didn't notice it that time trotting up. Peterson trying to pick his way through. Looks like he's close. They're going to mark it short. Picks up 4 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
6:20 and counting.
Stanzik didn't look too bad coming to the line there, Chris.
It's because he's going to carry it himself this time.
Trying to veer off to the side and didn't get anything on first push, and then got a surge, and we're going to have to see if he got enough for the 1st down.
They're going to measure.
Yep.
Tell you, I think they blew the whistles on his initial hit. He's going to be short, Marty. Just look at the spot. It was another bad spot for him.
When he took the snap, he veered off to the right. I thought if he'd have went straight ahead, he might have had a better chance. He's got the 1st down, Chris.
Wow.
Picked up 1, just what he needed. I guess it was the right decision to veer off to the side. It's going to be 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 16-yard line.
They're not in yet, Marty. They're not in yet. They've had this situation before, and they couldn't break the plane, and they've struggled all year on scoring.
8 plays so far in this drive. Stanzik takes the snap, but we get a whistle and a flag before. It's going to be illegal procedure on the Tigers, and that's going to hurt them, Chris.
Yep. And I said, every time a team's been penalized and they have a long situation, they have not converted. So if we hold serve here, hopefully the KLC can get off the field with the lead.
All right, 1st and 15, Stanzik in the gun. And we get another flag right away.
Stanzik
is hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Now let's check out the flag. And he's hurt, Chris. He's down. He got hit by 2 KLC defenders and linemen helping him up, but he's shaken.
Well, they didn't blow it dead, Marty, so that could mean it's on KLC.
Let's see what they come up with. Illegal procedure.
Oh, my.
Shouldn't that stop the play? I mean, if you get an illegal procedure, you don't let it play out.
That was a mistake by the officials. Boy, and I didn't even see a false start.
No, I didn't notice anything at all. All right, so we got, it's still 1st down for Howard's Grove, but it's now going to be 1st and 20. Ball at the 26-yard line. Handoff to Peterson on a sweep right, looking for a lane. He's got it, and he gets a long run inside the 15-yard line.
Well, they're back to where they basically started. Still 2nd and a bunch here.
He picks up over 10 yards. That's about a 13-yard run, Chris.
Yep.
Why are they passing?
2nd and 6. Stanzik is hurting. He's trying to will himself to get through this game. Kid's got a lot of guts, Marty.
Yes, he does. I think it ought to be student body left and student body right. Make them stop you on the edges, because they haven't so far tonight. And Peterson showed a pretty good burst on that last run. Man in motion. Fake handoff.
Jet sweep.
He's got the edge. Is he going to get in the end zone? He's going to go, and he scores. Touchdown by Isaac Durker.
They're going to go for 2 here, Marty? Go
I
for the
would
win?
say.
Or are you going to go for the tie? I would think
I don't know
for 2.
what their kicker's like.
It's Fritz. So I would say they're going for 2 here.
Durker, real nice run, kept sliding to the outside. Gets a missed tackle there, and then he cuts it back up. And basically had some good blockers push him into the end zone. And we get a timeout by KLC. Howard's looks like they're going to go for 2, Chris. There's 4:19 left in the ball game.
I'm saying they're going left, Marty, to Peterson. That's what I'm calling.
We'll have to see what happens.
Gotta stop. Gotta stop. 1 stop, boys, is all you need.
I don't know, Chris. The way the edges have worked, I'd certainly run a sweep.
Would you? Peterson?
He's as good as they've got right now. I mean,
Stands
Durker
it
did a
some.
nice job of running there, but he certainly didn't look like
No.
he was running real hard.
Yeah, and they bottled that up, too, there.
Yeah. He did make a nice cut at the end. Found an opening. All right, very big. Right now, the score is 13-12. KLC on top. Stanzik underneath center. Sends a man in motion, and he's going to roll. He's got a man open in the end zone. It's a 2-point conversion. Stanzik to Staus. The SS has struck for Howard's Grove. And right now, the score is 14-13. Howard's Grove in what would be an upset if they go on to win.
Well, we've had KLC's had the ball. They scored at 1:17 and 54 seconds, so the clock is not the issue. It's just getting down there. We've noticed also that Howard's Grove's kickoff team doesn't seem to kick it very deep, so KLC should be in great field position.
Yeah,
so,
good point. I was saying maybe they ought to move Horowitz up a little bit to get the ball
yeah,
directly.
So I'm not too concerned with the fact that KLC can score. It'd be just a matter of if they shoot themselves in the foot somehow.
Looking at the fourth quarter score sheet, it's all Howard's Grove. KLC has run 1 offensive play and then they punted. Since that point, it's been all KLC.
Well, KLC has had the ball 11 minutes of the 44 minutes in the game. But as I said, they scored in 1:17 and 54 second drive. So
what's that old saying? Your best defense is your offense?
There you go.
Oop. Don't get so close on your practice kick.
There is like 0 wind.
How can that be? You gotta hold it.
And you know,
Hey, look at where the deep men are for.
way too deep.
I don't think so. I think there's nobody in the middle of the field.
What is they doing?
Onside kickoff, and KLC is going to have it in great field position at about the 42 or 43 yard line. They try the onside kick, and oh man,
try to keep it away from Horowitz, but why just give him 58 yards or 57 yards to work with? Interesting call.
Yeah, I agree.
And the one thing Howard's doesn't have is a quick striking offense, but KLC does.
Yes, they do. All right, 4:18 left. Van Ness. And a penalty right away usually means, well, it can be offside on either squad.
It's going to be dead ball. Oh.
Offside on KLC. Oh, boy.
My gosh, they don't even get up to the line and they're calling off. I mean, they're not even, like, set.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's 1st and 15. Van Ness back. has his receiver Hayden, and he gets taken down right at the 44-yard line, a 7-yard gain.
Luke Heinen, 6'3" Christian receiver. 4 minutes left. As they mentioned, the clock I don't think's the issue. It's can you execute. This was a good start. Receiver was almost right, excuse me, the D-back was almost right there. Quad receivers, Marty.
Yep. Quick out, gets to Horowitz, avoids one tackler, and then a good tackle made. He's going to be short of the first down, but picks up about six yards on that catch.
Anytime he has the ball, Marty, it's a good thing.
And they're going to be going for it. You know, even if they don't get the first down, Chris, 4-down territory here.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's nice to have Kohler back there on the short yardage, and they give it to him, and he battles through. He should have the first down. This time he gets a good spot.
Yes, he did. This one was a better one than any of them all night.
It's going to be 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 46-yard line.
Here you'll see the replay. Kohler, good effort by him, staying on his feet. He stumbled out of the gate.
Van
Plenty of
Ness
time.
in the shotgun. Dropping straight back, looking for the out pattern by his receiver Horowitz, but the pass was off the mark.
Anytime Horowitz gets the ball, it's a good thing.
2nd down and 10.
Just relax.
46 yards away, 2:48 left. Like Chris said before, that's still plenty of time.
Plenty. You got plenty of time.
And they have all their timeouts.
Yep.
2 out of the 3.
And the clock stops on first downs and incompletions. Just need to execute, boys.
Horowitz being defended by Sharon. Van Ness straight back looking. He's got his receiver Heinen.
He's short.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Clock is still running at 2:33. And
Picked
again,
up of 9.
Just get the first time, no stop. I know everybody's concerned. Oh, the clock's running. We got plenty of time.
Okay, again, like I mentioned before, good to have a guy like Kohler in there. And Van Ness is going to keep it. He gets through. He's got a first down before he's pulled back inside the 35-yard line. Give him about 3 yards on that run.
And they are clipping down the field. I mean, that short field really helps KLC here.
I agree with you wholeheartedly there, Chris. Kohler in the backfield along with Van Ness. We've got 2 wide receivers off to the left, 2 off to the right. Good blocking up front. Pass is caught. And the wide receiver spinning away before he's finally taken out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
You know, there's been no pressure on Van Ness. He's got time to find his receiver, and that time, Scheid, who made the great block before, got a big catch there, and great effort by him.
Ball is spotted just outside the 10-yard line. That was a 23-yard pickup to Jeremiah Scheid on the catch.
I'd be running.
Van Ness looking.
Touchdown.
Got him in.
No.
Good defense that time. Breaking up the pass play was Josh Sharon. Heinen, the intended receiver.
That looked like 6 points, Marty.
I agree with you there.
Right in his hands. In, out, out. Watch this. Boom. Oh.
It's like you said before, Chris, that's just a good football play is what that amounts to. All right.
3 chances yet.
2nd down.
And you can still get a first.
1:28 left. 3 wide receivers off to the right.
Kick it out over here. Just a wide receiver screen on your right. There it is.
Gets it
Get in the end zone.
Horowitz slips by 1 tackler, but he's taken down inside the 5, I believe it was.
Howards can't stop that play, Marty. They just can't defend it.
3rd down.
I knew that
Ball
was
spotted on the 5-yard line. Yeah, give him a gain of 6 on the play.
Timeout, KLC.
All right, it is a timeout. It's going to be 3rd down and 4, ball spotted on the 5-yard line. What do you call, Chris?
Well, at this state, you're throwing it. You're a throwing team, and I like that play before. You're a little deeper, but now you got the, you're a little pinned up against the wall.
You know what I'd like to see? The play you always were talking about over with at South with Rice. Get him out on the edge, Van Ness, with a pass-throw option.
Yeah, he's
got good speed,
oh,
right?
Yeah, good call.
And ball is on the only one problem I see with that is the ball is on the right hash mark. You'd want to bring him to the wide side of the field, which means he'd be throwing across his body. You know what I mean? Going left, trying to throw. But that way you got a little pass-throw option.
Both your big receivers are on your left here, Marty. Just what you call Horowitz and Heinen. See if they crisscross. Oh, no.
It looked like the wide receiver on the right side did start too soon.
You gotta be kidding me. You take a timeout and then that happens. I think they're down to 1 timeout though, Marty, correct?
Says 2 on the board.
I thought you said earlier they took one. Oh, now
Howard calls a timeout. They may have forgotten to, yeah, they took one off the board now. It's 1 timeout left for KLC, 2 timeouts left for Howard's Grove. The ball is back on the 10-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 9 from the 10-yard line, which, oh boy, Chris.
I like things on the inside of the field. They've done so well because they can catch and run after the catch, as opposed to going to long boundaries. Plus now it's a long throw. You had both your big receivers, which to me makes you think they're going to either throw to Heinen or Horowitz over to this side here.
Chris, and I didn't say anything before, but I thought when they had it 3rd down and 4, and I said about the pass run option, I wouldn't have minded giving it to Kohler up the middle twice, as long as you're that close.
Yeah, he's
not now though.
A load.
Yeah, and you can't do that now. Not with needing 9 yards.
They're both over on this left side again, Marty. Let's see what happens. Looking this way,
Van
this way. There it is.
Going to the sideline.
Touchdown.
He's open. Did he make the catch? Yes! Touchdown! KLC. Horowitz with a great over-the-shoulder catch. Van Ness with an awesome throw. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, they did what I said they weren't going to do.
Watch this throw. And great over-the-shoulder catch. Defense got beat. Who said you didn't want to go to the boundary?
Right. Well, what he basically did is he ran towards the post and then away, and there was Landgraf could not stay with him. Just not Landgraf, excuse me. Stiles couldn't stay with him.
Yeah, it was. It's tough when you get down there like that. KLC with a 10-yard touchdown pass, Van Ness to Horowitz, and it gives them the lead right now, 19-6. What do you do if you're KLC?
Going for 2. No doubt about it. And we mentioned before, Howard's Grove, very average high school offensive team, not very explosive. To score in a minute 1, you're going to have a...
Get good field position off the kickoff for one
and
thing.
A slip or a mess up or something like that.
Which is a possibility. All right, Van Ness going for 2. Throws one up. Heinen goes up for it, but has it stripped away. A good defensive play that time by Howard's Grove's Joshua Sharon. So with 1:01 left, KLC 19, Howard's Grove 14. You're going to get a good look at it. Watch it get stripped away right at the end. Well, according to my timekeeping here, Chris, that
If-
drive took 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
According to mine, it's 3 minutes and 18 seconds, Marty.
I'm glad we agree. Life is always so much easier when we get along. All right, you just kick it deep if you're Howard's Grove, or pardon me, KLC, or do you squib it?
See Brett Flipsy in the house. Waved to us before. Basketball coach at Sheboygan Christian.
Yeah, great guy.
Oh, classy.
You know what I like about him? He returns my calls.
It's classy
The one
too.
time a year I call. All right, let's see what happens. Chris and I both think it was a strategic mistake to kick it, to do an onside type kickoff. A squib kick might have been nice, you know, if you can execute one of those. I know what he's thinking, Coach Schmid, and that is keep it away from Horowitz.
Howard's just does not have the.
Stanzik is not deep this time either.
Yeah, they don't have that guy that can just
Ball
go.
taken at the 23. Oh, bouncing off
Oh.
a one-tapper and getting ripped down.
Wow.
Was the return man, Zach Gordon. And wow.
That was pretty close to illegal.
Almost a little bit of a collar
Yeah,
type
watch
tackle.
this.
And the wow. I don't think I could take a drink of water right now. My throat would hurt.
Caleb Ron on the hit.
Hey, the ball is going to be spotted at the 36.
Well,
So pretty good field position, actually.
now they have 55 seconds left, Marty, and a long way to go. They do have
Yes.
3 timeouts, but it's going to be very difficult. 2, I'll tell you, those, they could put some more light bulbs up there. I think they have a
Actually, all they got to do is take the ones that are burned out.
Right.
put some new ones in.
Jeez. I mean,
Where's that kid coming off the field? Looks like Joe Bugby coming off.
yep, Joe Bugby.
All righty. The defensive backs are a good 10 yards back for KLC. And the snap goes over Stanzik's head, and he just falls on it all the way back at the 22-yard line, and the clock is running. Minus 14 yards, Chris. Well, we've seen some that are close, but Stanzik has always been able to gather them in. That one, he couldn't get up high enough to stop it. Wow. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Howard's Grove calling their another timeout.
Howard's Grove coaching staff has left the booth, and they're only down 5.
Yeah. Again, the DBs for KLC are back. They're moving up now, Chris. I don't know if I like this. I like them when they're back
I
a little
like
further.
Way back. Heck, I'd be at the 50.
Stanzik gets a good snap there, looking, getting forced out of the pocket. He's hit as he throws, and the catch is made out of bounds. It'll be incomplete, and they're going to get a penalty.
2 penalties.
KLC.
2 personal fouls.
Oh, boy, I don't know if I like that, Chris. I thought it was a pretty clean play.
We have a roughing the passer and one over here. We have 2 personal fouls.
Let's see. Stanzik forced out of the pocket. A defender
Unless
breaks
they
through.
said the receiver is out of bounds.
And
yep. I think they're going to call the offsetting. Illegal touching. Yep. Came out of bounds again, and then a personal foul.
So penalties offset. It'll remain second down, pardon me.
You know, I don't remember having that guy, I don't remember seeing him run out of bounds, Marty.
22 ran out of bounds and caught the ball, but I thought it was just an attempt to catch a pass, you know, and
Did you see him run out of bounds?
Yeah, he caught it out of bounds. He ran out
that's
of
what
bounds.
I mean. He caught it out of bounds, but once he's out of, I mean, he catches, that's okay.
I would think it's a dead ball.
Yeah, that's. And therefore.
Stanzik looking. He's got Reineman out here, but the pass comes up just short.
Well.
Hey, you want to hear a good one, Chris? That was the first pass of the quarter by Stanzik.
Aside the two-point conversion, which doesn't count on
your stat sheet, right? Well, on your passing stat sheet.
Double pass.
Quick out. Getting taken out of bounds was Gordon.
Yeah, they're just trying to make the chance for a first down a little more
palatable, huh?
Yeah. Still, you got to get to the 46. It's going to be 3rd and 15, Marty, or excuse me, 4th and 15.
Here we go. Stanzik dropping back, looking. He's got a receiver deep on the side, and he's got the first down at the 46 or 47 yard line. Good pass and catch that time. Stanzik to Sharon. Here we go. Stanzik handles it. Another quick pass. That one to Reineman is complete. It's going to be second down and pickup of about 8. Second down and 2.
Howard's had some time here. The ball was out of bounds, but they're up there right away.
23 seconds left. Quick pass over the middle. He's got his receiver Reineman, and he's knocked down at the 30-yard line.
That's a fumble.
Ball's down. It's going to be a first down.
They're saying the receiver was down.
17 seconds. Howard is going to spike it once it gets set. Howard is set.
Ball right at the 35.
Waiting here. Clock is rolling.
Still, Stanzik throwing the out. He's got Reineman again. And he's down at about the 23.
No timeout. Why isn't Howard's called timeout? Why isn't Howard's calling timeout?
Second down, pick up a
Why
7 on the
timeout?
play. And that's the ball game.
No time.
Why
no
wouldn't
time.
Howard
Ball
call
game.
timeout?
That's it.
Why didn't
Officials
Howard
say the
call
game's over. The only thing I can think of, Chris, is they didn't have one timeout. The score marker might have forgotten to take that timeout off the board. I'm not sure. We didn't keep that close a track. We do depend on the scoreboard for some of that. But a great win for KLC.
First playoffs in 16 years, Marty. And hard fought. Went right down to the wire. Great last drive there by the KLC offense.
And a nice attempt by Howard's Grove to finish off the game. Stanzik, gutty performance, Chris.
Yeah, a great game, rivalry game, and like Ken Rader, the announcer, said at the beginning, throughout the records, anything can happen when you're just going up the road there to your neighbor.
We want to say thank you to the crew. We were a cameraman short. Richard Bartson running our lone camera tonight, and Scott Maloff with all the great time with the replays and being our director. Great win one more time, 19-14. KLC a winner over Howard's Grove. Next week we will be at Manitowoc, at South when they host Manitowoc. That'll be our last game of the season. For my partner, Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin, and saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.